It's Saints Week here in Mexico, and I struggle to understand the holiday. Come with me as I try to figure out Semana Santa. Well, I've been giving you guys the more positive parts of being here in Mexico or living in a third world country. I guess I need to share with you guys some of the negative aspects of being in a different culture. So this week is called Semana Santa, or Holy Week. It's the week before Easter. So my neighbors, I live right here. My neighbors are generally very, very loud. They like to work on their quads out front at 11 o'clock at night, revving engines. They like to blast their music. Last night they stayed up until well past midnight, blasting music full volume. They have every light on their house on, like a stadium. They're drunk and they're singing and they're yelling. It's Thursday. So for the last 3 days, I've got maybe 4 hours of sleep because, well, my camper is right there and the neighbors are right there. And the light and the noise, everything it's as if I'm standing right next to them. So needless to say, I got no sleep last night because our neighbors here, they're gonna party on a Thursday night, celebrating Jesus and the saints by getting drunk. I don't know if it's just, I'm just a fuddy-duddy, or if it's the autism, or maybe I'm just really, really, really exhausted from being up all night listening to whatever it is. You know, it would be different if it was like New Year's, Mardi Gras. You know, these are things that most people expect. Easter. Coffee. It's amazing. So I've calmed down a little bit. I was very, very tired. Ooh, bright. I was very, very tired and very, very upset. I think there's a lot of reason for me to be. I think I'm, you know, I think I had a reason to be upset. I just think that I reacted a little bit crazy because I was tired. Needless to say, I got some coffee in me. My brain is moving again, and I realized something. And now I feel like a fool because I was ranting earlier. They're just rude people. But it did get my brain thinking, the whole ranting thing. I wanted to get back to that. Sorry, ADHD moment. The ranting got me thinking about Semana Santa. You know, I'm sitting here talking about what they do on Semana Santa as if I've participated. And this is why I feel stupid, because the only time I actually participated in Semana Santa was the first time I came down to Mexico with my buddy Sean, who has MS. So you have two disabled guys in a van, just kind of touring around Mexico. Ended up at a beach called Playa Santa Spec. Stayed a couple days, had a good time. We were going to leave the next day, woke up, and we were surrounded. There were cars and tents everywhere. And we found out that that was the beginning of Saints Week, or Semana Santa. Needless to say, you know, we hung out a little bit. We were more in culture shock than anything else. It was new. And we, you know, like a lot of tourists, we wanted to participate, but we were too scared. So we mostly hung out by the van and just watched everything unfold. So I never actually participated. So I'm thinking, oh, and this is hard for me to say. I'm thinking I should go out into public and see what this Semana Santa thing is about. Oh, God. Are you guys ready for that? I'm not ready for that. Socializing. So, I've yet to get some sleep. up all night dealing with the noise. So I figure since it would be rather pointless to try and go to sleep now because everybody is awake and doing things, I'm gonna do what I used to do back when I'd throw raves and have to stay up for 2 days. I'm gonna go for a walk and we're gonna go see the aftermath of last night on the beach. I've heard some stories, but haven't got to see it yet. So we're gonna take a sort of back way into the beach. I'm gonna cut through some of the houses here and yeah, let's take a look and see, you know, what happened last night out there. All right, guys, so we just came down this road. We got a trail here, a trail here. I'm gonna probably sneak through this trail out to the beach. I can already hear music and people still having a good time, and it's not even 8:30 in the morning yet. So as you guys can see, there's still people out here on the beach. I'm coming in right by the palapas over here. We've got some police here, and it looks like they're not letting anyone pass that area for camping. Now you can see that they brought in a bunch of porta potties and extra garbage cans. And the reason for this is because they know there's going to be an influx of people. So I'm not certain if these people have been here all night or if they just got here, but this is just a small taste of what's going to happen. I believe tonight's going to be pretty interesting simply because it's Friday night. Most people won't have to work, so Friday night I think it's going to be a good time for us to get out here and see what this Mexican Semana Santa is all about. Even on a windy day, people are out here on the beach all day with their families. I think it's more being able to spend some quality time in a place you wouldn't normally be able to hang out. Well, unfortunately, tribe, the wind won this one. I'll have to get me some dead cats and a better mic system. All I was letting you guys know is so far I haven't seen anything to lead me to believe that this is just a party. But we're going to head down to the Malecón to see what they got going on down there. I feel like we still have a lot we're missing. Alright guys, so I am not certain that you can hear this because of the wind. If it's too noisy from the wind, I will voice over this. But I'm heading down the beach right now towards the Malecón. I can see lots of people out. It is a Friday though, so that is kind of normal. But what's not normal are the tents. Okay, so what do we know so far? It's Saints Week, right before Easter. Families are gathering on the beach for a celebration. The last 3 days sounded like more of a college party than an Easter celebration to me. And I want to come out tonight to see if I'm correct in believing that it's just big party? Or is there something more? I might have to admit I'm wrong. I might have had a skewed view of things. Maybe the first Semana Santa that I experienced was an isolated one, and I just assumed from the music and the loud talking that it was just a college party. So far I've seen nothing to say that. No alcohol, no garbage, no passed out people, just families gathering together, spend some time on the beach, having a barbecue. I can admit I'm wrong. I still want to come back tonight though, and see what goes on. I have a feeling Friday night it's gonna be fun. Maybe not to the extent that I was thinking. I think I was just tired. Anyway, let's go see what's going on in the city center. So we are on the walkway from the Malecon to the city center. It's pretty quiet. So there are people working, doing stuff. Restaurants are open at their normal times. Yeah, let's go see how wrong I really am. Made it down to the city center. It's a typical Friday. I feel like such a fool. There's vendors out selling their artwork. People are getting breakfast, brunch. Again, they're just enjoying each other's company. Talk about overreacting. I'm glad I did this. It just reaffirms why I love this place so much. It just dispels all my expectations. Let's go home, take a nap so we can come back here tonight. Well, the sun is setting and I can definitely hear that stuff is happening on the beach. I can hear quads and ATVs all around me. It sounds like it's gonna be pretty intense for a Friday night around here. I'm excited and nervous at the same time. I want to go see what's going on, but I get these weird social anxieties where I get nervous around a lot of people. I had some trauma in the past I don't want to get into right now, but does make me a little bit gun shy. But I won't be alone. I believe Andy's going to be joining me, and yeah, we're gonna just walk around and get a view of Semana Santa at night. All right, what time is it? Like 7 o'clock. Okay, we think it's around 7 o'clock, and we're heading down to the beach to see what's going on. We can hear a bunch of shit already happening, so we'll see what's happening. With zero light visibility on the beach, there wasn't much to film, so we hurried our way down to the Malecon. Alright, so we're getting close to the lighthouse. It looks like there's a lot more people. There's definitely music going on there, so let's go investigate. All right, so we're heading towards the center of town. So far, it's a little more than a normal Friday night, but it's not at all like the Semana Santa that I remembered when I first came down. I think that first initial one is what burned the idea of it being sort of this drunken debauchery. I do have to say that it was at a campground, and this is in a town, so we're gonna head to the center of town, see what's going on there, but so far it seems a really pleasant experience.
Well, Charm, what have we learned tonight? We learned that first impressions don't necessarily represent the actual thing in the best of light. We learned that here, even in Mexico, all the way down at the tip of Baja Sur, a little town called Loreto, Easter is exactly the way I remember it. Spending time with friends and family, going out to get something to eat. There's something almost magical about it. Needless to say, Andrew and I decided to get a cup of coffee here at Cafe Ole and find ourselves a seat. We could watch the people as they go about their Easter evening with their friends and family. Semana Santa in Mexico is one of the most beautiful and deeply cultural experiences I've had as an expat. During Holy Week, it would seem everything slows down. Schools close, businesses pause, and entire towns come alive with tradition. Hanging with friends in a small colonial town in Baja, Mexico, the streets were filled with color. Alfombras made from flowers and sawdust, intricate and temporary, like a kind of living art. While I didn't see daily processions, somber or celebratory, not that there weren't any, I did see some locals carrying statues of saints through the streets while bands played mournful hymns. You could feel the emotion in the air. Families gathered in the plaza, sharing food, stories, and faith. Everyone was welcomed without hesitation. What struck me most wasn't just the religious aspect, the sense of community. Some people, many people, came home for this, and it mattered. As a foreigner, witnessing Semana Santa up close helped me understand Mexico in a deeper way, not just through sights and sounds, but through connection. It reminded me that travel isn't always about distance. Sometimes it's about being present where you are and letting tradition tell the story.
Well, guys, that's all I've got for you on Easter. Semana Santa. How wrong was I? I'm glad. I'm glad. I wanted it to be a good thing. I did, and I'm glad it was. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're getting something out of these videos, please consider subscribing. And when you do, hit that notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload a video like this, randomly. You guys, have a great day.
ADHD and caffeine since 1976.
Behind the scenes, it's taken me 20 minutes just to walk to the beach.